Welcome to the Fulfilled After 50 podcast. We are your hosts, Alice
and Carol. Join us each week for your fun dose of inspiration and healthy tips you can use every day so you can live the healthy and fulfilled life you desire and deserve. Hi everybody, it's Carol
and Alice,
and we are here for your dose of fulfillment through Fulfilled After 50, the podcast. And today our topic is pretty exciting.
It is 5 tips for a fulfilling retirement.
Right, and one might ask yourself, how are you two ladies talking about that? Because are we retired?
We are not.
No.
Because we are part of the baby boomers.
That's right. Right, but anything that you want eventually, you have to prepare for. And so Alice and I spend a lot of time looking at what's the best way to prepare for retirement. And also, of course, we want a fulfilled retirement.
Yes.
So as we've done our research, we found that there is basically 5 tips that are really super helpful to ensure that your retirement is fulfilling. Right. So whether you're in retirement or whether you're preparing for retirement, these will be helpful to you.
Mm-hmm.
So
always be active is number 1, okay? Because we see a lot of people actually that are blessed enough that maybe, that is their choice is to go ahead and retire early, but then you just sort of become complacent with life and you may not be as active as you were as if you were actually not forced to get up, but you get up and you have somewhere to go, a job, and you're active on your feet and stuff. So sometimes we become complacent in that retirement life. So
right, you need to be physically and mentally active. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure that we are keeping our brains active as well to ward off, some dementia and that sort of thing. It's been scientifically proven to help. And as we always say, healthy is wealthy. Mm-hmm. So keeping yourself physically active and also keeping yourself mentally active is a really key thing. So developing those habits even before you retire are really great. And actually once people retire, some of those excuses, no time or whatever it is.
Exactly.
It's really, what do you make a priority for your life? Mm-hmm. So truly the first one is being physically and mentally active.
Yeah. I was in actually a physician's office with my 85-year-old dad yesterday. And the nurse in there, she looked amazing, and she is 60 years old. She still actually is a nurse 2-3 days a week. And her husband is sort of semi-retired, but they noticed that their health was changing a little bit, and she looked amazing. She was down 15 pounds, and her husband's down 30 pounds, and that's because they have made it a daily habit is they get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and they walk together for 45 minutes every single morning.
Right.
Like, she looked amazing, so much healthier. Her skin was healthy. She just looked like alive and vital. Yeah. So you just make it a priority of what you want to do.
And think what that's doing for their relationship as well. And you find that if you get up and you do your workout, especially in the morning, you typically will eat better throughout the day. And that really makes a difference as well. Great tip. I know my dad's almost 90. He's about to turn 90, which is really exciting, but he still gets up and goes to this little gym near his house. It's actually he goes to this, it's a high school, and they let people come in and use their equipment.
That is inspirational.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So.
That is so good.
Yeah. So anyhow, the motion's the potion.
Yes. So what's the second one?
The second one is I know you're not going to want to hear this, but to have a schedule. And why do we want to have a schedule?
Because it creates a routine for you. So you are running the day, and the day is not running you.
Right. We were just meeting with some women. We do a lot of different coaching for women and do group discussions with women. And we had some retired women. And by and large, nearly every single one of them said, on the days I don't have something that I have to do or something on my schedule, I find I just whittle the day away. And all of a sudden I'll sit down and I may get on Facebook, I may watch a movie, I may do, I don't even know what I do.
Right.
I just know that at the end of the day, I don't know what I did all day. So having a schedule.
Yes. Can make you more productive. And actually you may find a hobby that might even create like a side gig for you. You know, just think about what you love to do, whether that may be crafty or, you know, you may be good on the computer and don't even realize what kind of talents lie within you that creates actually a side business.
Right. In fact, that's one of our tips is to either, as you know, when you retire, or to have a part-time job or some side gig that creates a little bit extra income, and make sure that it's something that you thoroughly enjoy. In fact, who knew? But at our last retreat, we had one woman there who was retired, and we found this talent that she had for fashion and helping women go through their closets, get rid of all the junk, put outfits together. So by the time she left the retreat,
she had a business plan,
a
solid business plan. It is so exciting, and it created so much excitement in us watching her become so excited of this like resolution, like that was coming into life.
So she was doing this anyhow, so why not have a revenue stream from it? And we did a vision board. She did a vision board, and it was all laid out, and then her business plan was laid out. I mean, it was just solid.
I love it.
Super exciting. Yes. So that's another tip, is to have some sort of a part-time job or some sort of a side hustle or something that you're doing that brings you joy, but also adds revenue into your retirement. So that is another one of the tips. That's your third one.
Another story though that I heard, that this is how people start thinking. Okay, so there was this lady on Facebook, and she was just at home. She was just like playing around with her ribbon, and she created this wreath. And she just posted a picture of like, you know, this is what I created. Well, before she knew it, she had 20 orders of people wanting to buy one from her.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and then she's like, oh, well, maybe this is something.
And certainly if she enjoys it, that's a great jewelry. I've heard of that too with jewelry. You know, somebody just kind of has a knack for that. That's awesome.
I know.
I love that. Totally love that. All right, so your fourth tip is to be financially sound. And you may think, you know, we're all at different points in our life, but there are some things you could be doing before you retire and also as you retire that will really help with being financially sound. You know, the truth of the matter is a lot of people don't have much in savings. They may or may not have saved much for retirement, but it's really, really critical. To be financially sound, it is recommended that you retire when you are actually debt-free. So if that's one of your goals, you're not going to retire until you're debt-free, it really motivates you to work towards that. And there are so many different programs out there on how to become debt-free, and it really is something that people have actually put into action and have taken care of, becoming debt-free in, you know, a reasonable period of time before they retire.
Yeah. Carol and I went through Dave Ramsey, the Financial Peace University course together, and that was eye-opening.
Yes.
And we did it in order to be able to help our women that are in fulfilled after 50, because sometimes we just are not prepared for this phase of life. So it does help guide others to how they can save and stick to a budget, like you know, cash pay. That there's a lot to say for cash pay. And you know, even your meals, like Ricky and I used to eat out a lot before he had a heart attack. Now, like, I'm not even excited about eating out anymore, actually, because when we cook at home, you're finding that you have leftovers, so then you have lunch for the next day, so you're prepared at the same time.
Right, we're the same way. We don't really go out to eat very much. If we do, it's basically, you know, with friends or something like that, but for the most part, we like to grill, we like to make something and have leftovers. So
you know what's in your food, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true as well. It's easier to eat healthier when you're cooking at home, even though there are some choices you can make. But being financially sound, I guess, really is being debt-free, making sure that you do have a budget and that you work hard to stick to that you have conversations. If you're married or have a significant other, you need to make sure you've had that conversation, because one of you may be thinking about retirement in a much smaller way than the other one, you know? So you have to make sure that both of you have the same vision for retirement. And if it's different, how are you both going to compromise that? And then how are you going to attain that? And both of you be happy with it. You've got to be happy with your choice for that. The other thing is sometimes you may need a financial advisor, especially as you're doing your investing and also just preparing for retirement, to see exactly where are you in your preparation and what do you have to do yet in order to be better set. It's also been shown, it's really not very good. Sometimes this can be forced on you, but not to retire during a downward trend in the market. So when it's bottomed out, it's a very difficult time to retire. So you want to be financially sound. And so you can just Google something online. You can get all sorts of free resources. There's programs out there, financial advisors, there's lots of resources. So books, but making sure that you're financially sound will help so that you can live the life that you want when you retire, and you can also be generous with those you love and the charities that you like to serve. So
exactly. And it's never ever too early to start your kids thinking that way as well. So all 4 of our kids have been hooked up with financial advisors because as they're in their 20s and early 30s, that they can already start preparing for this lifestyle of living. They're ahead of the ball game, but a financial advisor does give you so much wealth of information on how to plan for that.
Right. They may or may not listen to you when you say, yes, put some money away for retirement. They want things now. So hearing it from an outside source and a trusted source can be really helpful. Totally agree with that. And then our last one is the most important.
It is.
They're all important, but this one is really making sure that retirement is a positive phase in your life, something to look forward to, not something to dread. So how do you go about doing that?
Oh, there's so many ways that we can go around having a positive just attitude towards retirement. If you think about it, that's just quality time now you can spend with your spouse and just venturing into new things.
Yeah, a little bit of travel if you want.
Yes.
Figuring out what it is. Maybe there's hidden things that you both have wanted to do and you don't even realize it till you have that conversation. But figuring out what is it that you really want to accomplish yet in life that you haven't had a chance to do, the experiences that you want to have. If you're so blessed with grandchildren, it's time to enjoy them.
It is. Yeah, think about taking a trip with them. Maybe, leaving their parents at home, just taking the grandchildren. Having some grandma, grandpa time together. So we are Gigi and G Daddy. So we have Gigi and G Daddy time.
They're cool. I am not there yet. In fact, none of my children have that on the horizon. So someday. But it certainly is a joy, I can imagine. I see your pictures and the time that you spend with them, and you teach them to cook. And
but again, they're expensive, just like they were your own too. So it's planning and budgeting, and all of this gets wrapped into one. And so, it's enriching
and you want to look forward to it. So maybe also look into, if you're not very fit or active, look into something new that you might want to try. Give it more than one try, because usually the first time you try something, you're uncoordinated, perhaps, or at least I am, and you want to make sure that you give it a good chance to be something that you could use, and also kick in some poor habits before you retire.
And check into like some of your gym memberships around your local area. Sometimes if my husband's 62, so your local Y might have discounts for senior rate. And then there's other gyms that may only be like $10 a month. But if you've never done that together, that might be something fun and new and healthy for you guys to incorporate together as well.
That's right. So those are our 5 top tips for preparing for and also enjoying a fulfilling retirement.
Yes, and we look forward to all of that.
Yeah, someday. I don't know. We talk about this. I don't know that I'll ever fully retire. There's a lot of people probably like that out there.
Yes.
Alice and I thoroughly enjoy our Fulfilled After 50 group.
We do.
And it brings much joy to us and hopefully those that we serve. And so I think that's going to be something.
Well, they have the saying that if you enjoy what you are doing, you never work a day in your life. And I do feel like that at our retreats. It's like it gives us so much joy and so much fulfillment when we're bringing this group of women together. So I have to say, I could probably do that as long as my body held up. It is fulfilling.
It is, and it's fun. We have a blast.
Yes. So that is your 5 tips for retirement. We hope that you got some value out of this. If you have not subscribed to our podcast, hit that subscribe button, share it out to your friends, and if you have any comments, leave them below. We would love to hear.
Yeah, and if you haven't joined our Fulfilled After 55 group on Facebook, it's named exactly that. Join on in. We have some amazing women in there who are very supportive. It's a sisterhood that is very special.
Yes, yeah. So come on over and we will see you next week with a new podcast. Have a great day.
Take care. Bye.